Greetings everyone, this is Will at ectotherms.net. This is a ball python clutch here. It's number 19BPC07. This is laid 2 April 2019. Pretty interesting project to have going on. This snake is what's called a Congo Pastel, and she was bred to a Congo Pastel Sapphire, which is a project that originated here in Louisville, Kentucky by a guy I used to work with by the name of Matt Thompson. I ended up getting this project, and we're taking a step forward this year with this clutch. Before we move forward with me getting this snake off of her eggs and getting those eggs set up, let me walk you over here real quick and show you the potential of this project. One of the neatest snakes to come out of this project is this beauty right here. So that is definitely a super pastel, super Congo Pastel, and it has the sapphire gene, but what we don't know yet is whether there's a super form of the sapphire gene. And I suspect that there is, and that this is a super Congo Pastel super sapphire, but I'm not totally sure yet because there haven't been enough pairings to figure out the genetics of this project yet, this sapphire gene. Hopefully that's going to happen this year. There's a couple of other guys that are in this project. But anyway, there she is. This is probably the last video that I'm going to make where I show how to mix up the vermiculite. But let me go ahead and do this. This is how I add the water. And that is enough. Again, mixing stick. If you pick this stuff up when you're finished and you squeeze it and it clumps, but then that clump just crumbles when you let go of it, you've done things right. And you want to mix it up real good to get that water evenly distributed throughout the vermiculite. Again, I don't have a controlled environment. My box of vermiculite is open, therefore it is releasing and taking in humidity all the time, and that is why I do not weigh water and weigh vermiculite, because I don't know how much water I'm starting with in the vermiculite because I don't have a controlled environment. But anyway, there's that part. Here's the snake, and now I'm going to set this camera over. I'm going to get this snake off of her eggs, get her containerized, and then I'll pick up the camera again and show you guys this clutch. Hold on just a second. Let me get this set up over here. Okay, now we have that. This snake has laid, this is her second clutch. She laid a clutch for me, I believe it was the year before last. And then last year she did not lay eggs, if I'm not mistaken. So here we go. Yeah, her head's following me. I checked her yesterday and she had not laid, so she just laid these eggs today. But she's clearly recovered and ready to defend those eggs. I like to use a little shield here. That gets her moving. Okay, she knows what to do. You really want to get them right at the base of the neck, behind the head. Okay, now her tail is tucked underneath, and that's the other danger point, so I reach around where that tail is. Oh, she's got her clutch up. Okay, one egg moved. There we go. It's a great looking clutch with big healthy eggs. You can see by her belly that she did not retain an egg. So I'm going to go ahead and containerize her. And let's get a look at these eggs. Boy, they look great. Okay. Let's go ahead. This one is ready to be moved. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another 8-egg clutch. Now, I think I've started to learn how to do this a little bit better so you guys can see. Let me set this up, and I'll take this clutch apart right in front of the camera. At least I hope it is. I can't see what the video, well, I can't see what you see right now, but I like to start with the oh, there might be another egg too. I don't know if I counted right or not. Now these may have been laid last night. They definitely they were laid longer or earlier before that last clutch that I made a video for, which was the Mojave butter clutch. But this one's starting to move. Just looking at this, the way that she laid these eggs, I see 3 problem eggs, and I'll show you what those are. The problem eggs in this clutch are this one, because it can't come in contact with vermiculite. This one, because it can't come into contact with vermiculite unless, and that brings us to the third one, which is this one right here. If you had vermiculite touching this egg would be buried, there'd be no air, and it would suffocate. And so, at a minimum, what we would do is we would remove this egg and this egg. These 4, if they're still connected, you could set them up attached without trying to tear them. But we may have to remove this one. It just kind of depends on how this plays out. Let me kind of get I'll put them in my hand to just try to get a feel for which ones are really connected the most. It feels like this egg right here would be easy to unattach. And I prefer to, oh wait, this bottom one's easy. I prefer to work with the ones that are easiest to remove first. I told you guys about rolling. This is another method, is to get in there and wedge. There, see, look, that came right apart real easy. You have to kind of have experience to know which ones you kind of wedge and which ones you roll. I always prefer to roll if I can. But that one right there, it was a wedge situation. It wasn't attached very firmly. I'm not going to wedge this bond here because it's attached very firmly, and I'm afraid I would tear an egg if I started wedging on this. You can see what I'm doing here. This is, I mean, you know, it scares you. I don't know if that's in focus or not, but man, you see that skin moving off and you just think you're going to pop the egg. Let's try, oh man, look at this. There, it gave a little bit. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing here. There's what's left, and off it comes. There we go. Now we're left with this. Now see that, removing that egg, that allowed this to roll a little better. And I think what that's going to do is free up this egg here. I know you have to be, patient to do this. You guys may not want to sit here and watch me. If that's the case, just hit that fast forward button. But I like doing this. If you've got the time, I sure do. What I'm trying to do is share this information so that other folks might find it useful, and it might help save a few snakes' lives. It might help you hatch a few eggs that would have otherwise perished. So I don't mind sharing this. Now I tell you what, I'm going to stop right there. That's good enough. At this point, I can incubate these eggs like this. That's just too much. I'm afraid I'll tear them. It's not worth that risk. And so I'm going to incubate these as they are. Of course, you want to make sure you get the orientation right. Yeah, this is going to work out very nicely. Yep. So let me show you how I arrange this. Okay. There's the clutch. They're all in that box. Again, the eggs don't touch the sides because condensation it would develop on the sides, touch the eggs, and then kill them. Again, I've got my stickers here that have the clutch number, the date it was laid, and the breeding. I have duplicate stickers on the enclosure. Now what I've done here, let me get this in focus so you can see. What I've done here is the same two stickers, that green one and that orange one. The long sticker there, I use long stickers to date and identify breedings. And so during the winter months when I'm pairing up snakes, I record that information so I'll know. And the reason you want to record all that information is because a lot of times you get a surprise. I've gotten a lot of things like paradox albinos and things like that, and you're going to want to know which snake's bred or which clutch it was so that you might be able to repeat that. So anyway, that's all for now, guys, and thanks a lot if you watched the video, and I'm going to try to continue this trend of Python on eggs video series for 2019. Thanks a lot. Bye.